Hello everyone, my name is Beckett and welcome back to the channel. And today in Division 2, we're going to be breaking down the new global event tied to the Kestrel manhunt. Now if you already finished it, that's okay. It's going to be very easy to get everything done. I was able to finish everything I wanted to do, and that was up to the named cache within under an hour. We're going to be breaking down everything you need to do, what build you should be using, and honestly what is the most efficient path for you guys today. But before we get started, if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe. And if you liked the video, smash that like button. Alright, first off, let's break down what the Kestrel event is. And if you are new to manhunt events or any of these global events, they're usually straightforward, especially the manhunt events. Usually there's about 4 time trials and there will be 2 separate objectives. Now don't worry about rushing this out. You can get it all done in 1 week if you want, but it runs for 2 weeks. So really it is no rush. And usually the time trials, there may be one-off mission where it's just a pain, like we have DARPA, we have Roosevelt Island, but this week it was pretty easy. As for the missions, we just have Grand Washington Hotel, Viewpoint, Jefferson Trade Center, and District Union Arena. Now a couple of them won't show up originally on your map, and you'll have to toggle your map to mission settings and change it to the original mission just because they are invaded this week and you're not going to be able to get credit. Now when it comes to it, you can run it solo, you can run it in a group. It really doesn't matter. The scaling doesn't really matter at all when you're playing on hard or challenging difficulty. Just make sure you have the right difficulty setting. You'll notice you'll have a little timer. It will say league. There's a little trophy next to the right difficulty. Now, like I said, you can do these solo. They're very easy this week. And you can also just hit matchmaking. That's what I did. I ran in solo, turned on matchmaking about halfway through. Sometimes someone would join, sometimes not, but I had no issue. I was completing them in half the time they give you. These are really easy missions this week and you won't have any trouble. Now as for the 2 side objectives, they're fairly easy, but they can be a little difficult to understand in the wording. It says hostiles confused and Black Tusk disrupted. So when they say confused, that means any disorient effect. So you could use a Hunter's Fury build, and you can also use the Scorpio, and whenever you disorient enemy, it is going to trigger that. The best plan of action would be to just run in there with an Eclipse Protocol Scorpio build. I will leave a link or a card you can click on so you can check that out. It's really good. It spreads everything and you're able to clean up these objectives very quick. Now when it comes to Black Tusk Disrupted, just throw on an EMP. Whenever you EMP an enemy, that means they are disrupted, they are silenced, they're unable to use any skills. Although the wording is different in the global event than it actually says in our UI, just remember when it says disrupted, that means you need to EMP the enemy, and when it says confused, you need to disorient them. So anything that causes a disorient, you can usually go into your gun. If you look in the Scorpio, you look in the Hunter's Fury gear set, those things all disorient. Now as for the rewards that we get, generally I'll only say go up to about the tier 6, just because the global event shop is not active for any global events that we do not have to actually activate. Like in the Golden Bullet, you actually had to go to the UI and activate this. Since this is just a manhunt global event, it's really only worth doing what you think is worth it. For me, it's just going up to the named caches, just because there aren't too many different ways to farm named caches. But maybe you're looking for a certain exotic and you want to go all the way up to tier 9, or maybe you just like the collectibles that you can put on your backpack and you are a collector, so you want to go all the way up to tier 10. It's up to you, but do not push yourself. Like I said, you have 2 weeks. So you could just do the 4 time trials and then come back next week and do 4 more time trials. Other than that, that's all I have for the Kestrel global event. I hope you guys have good luck. Like I said, do not push yourself. Don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do. And if you have any questions, you can always go ahead and leave them in the comments. Or if you just have tips for me or for any other players that is going to help them get through this, I would love to see them down there, because there's a lot of things that people tell me that I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Now, if you are looking for other type of content, I do build videos all the time, tutorials, Division 2 news, anything for old players to new players and everything in between. And thanks again for watching.